"Beware the Chaneque," the old woman croaked, her voice barely rising above the crackling fire. "They lurk in the shadows, waiting for the unwary. In the heart of Veracruz, Mexico, where the sun barely penetrates the thick canopy of ancient trees, lies a forest steeped in folklore and dread. Locals whisper tales of the Chaneque, mischievous spirits that guard nature's secrets and play cruel games with those who dare to trespass. They are said to be small, sprite-like beings with glowing eyes and laughter that echoes through the woods, leading travelers astray or ensnaring them in their web of enchantment. As twilight descends, the forest transforms into a realm of shadows and whispers, where every rustle of leaves seems to carry a warning. To some, it is a place of beauty. To others, a domain of nightmares. A group of friends, Sofia, Carlos, Elena, and Miguel, decided to explore this enigmatic forest during their summer break. They had heard the stories, but dismissed them as mere superstition. Armed with flashlights and bravado, they entered the woods as laughter echoed among the trees. "Look at this place," Carlos exclaimed, pointing at an ancient tree with gnarled roots. "It's like something out of a fairy tale." But as they ventured deeper, the atmosphere shifted. The air grew thick with humidity and an unsettling silence enveloped them. Elena felt a shiver run down her spine. "Do you guys hear that?" she whispered. "Hear what?" Miguel replied, rolling his eyes. "It's just your imagination." Yet Sofia couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. As night fell, their jovial spirits began to wane. The path they had followed seemed to vanish into darkness, replaced by a labyrinth of trees that twisted and turned in unnatural ways. "Maybe we should turn back," Sofia suggested nervously. "Don't be ridiculous," Carlos scoffed. "We'll find our way." But as they pressed on, strange occurrences began to unfold. Shadows flitted between trees, and soft giggles echoed in the distance. Each time they turned around, they found nothing but darkness staring back at them. Suddenly, Miguel tripped over a root and fell hard to the ground. As he stood up, brushing off leaves and dirt, he looked pale, as if he had seen a ghost. "What's wrong?" Elena asked. "I swear I saw something small darting between those trees," he stammered. "Just your imagination," Carlos said dismissively. But even he couldn't shake the growing sense of unease that settled over them like a heavy fog. As they wandered deeper into the woods, they stumbled upon an ancient clearing illuminated by moonlight. In its center stood a circle of stones covered in moss, a sacred ground where many believed Chaneque gathered. Suddenly, laughter erupted from all around them, high-pitched and echoing through the trees like chimes in a breeze. The friends froze as small figures emerged from the shadows, tiny beings with glowing eyes and mischievous grins. The Chaneque had found them. Panic surged through Sofia as she felt an overwhelming pull toward one of the creatures. It beckoned her closer with an outstretched hand, adorned with delicate fingers that seemed to shimmer in the moonlight. "Don't go," Carlos shouted as he grabbed her arm, but it was too late. Sofia felt herself being drawn into their world, a realm where reality twisted and turned like smoke. Elena screamed as she watched her friends succumb to the enchantment. One by one, they began to lose their sense of self. Their laughter turned into hollow echoes that faded into silence. In a desperate attempt to escape, Elena turned to run, but found herself surrounded by darkness. The trees seemed to close in around her as she sprinted blindly through the underbrush. She could hear whispers, soft yet sinister, calling her name. "Help! Somebody help me!" She cried out into the void, but no one answered. As dawn broke on the horizon, Elena stumbled out of the forest, disheveled and terrified, her heart racing with fear. She looked back at the trees that had consumed her friends and felt an overwhelming sense of loss wash over her. Days turned into weeks as she tried to piece together what had happened that fateful night. The police searched for Miguel and Carlos, but found no trace of them. It was as if they had been swallowed by the earth itself. Sophia returned home, but was never quite herself again. She spoke little about that night, but carried its scars deep within her soul, a constant reminder of what lay hidden in those woods. The village buzzed with rumors about what happened in the forest, a place where Chaneque roamed freely and played cruel games with unwary souls who dared to enter their domain. As time passed, Elena found solace in sharing her story with others who had encountered similar horrors in those woods. She learned that many had ventured into the forest only to return changed forever, or not return at all. The legend of the Chaneque grew stronger with each retelling. It became a cautionary tale for children warned not to wander too far from home, or stray from well-trodden paths. Elena often visited those woods again, but never ventured deep within their embrace. She would stand at its edge, remembering her friends, their laughter now replaced by silence, and reflect on how quickly life can change when faced with forces beyond understanding. Do you have your own eerie tales or encounters with mythical creatures? Share your stories in the comments below. And if you crave more spine-chilling adventures, don't forget to check out our next video on haunted legends from around the world.